I'm going to be making 8 scotch eggs today. So I'll put 8 eggs in a bowl, put water to cover it, and then put some salt on it to help the shell come out well when boiled. So I'm going to put 2 cups of flour in a pan, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then half teaspoon of salt, as I'm doing. And then I'm going to go with my sugar. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of sugar. If you want it sweeter, you can add more sugar. So after that, I'm just going to mix it up and make sure it's completely mixed. And then I'm going to go in with my 2 raw eggs. I'm just going to mix it. You can whisk your egg before adding it there to improve on the rising. Don't mind me. So I just put my 2 eggs there and just mix it until I'm sure the eggs are completely incorporated into the flour. And then I'm going to go in with my margarine. I'm going to be using 1 tablespoon of margarine. 1 tablespoon. The little is just to make sure it's actually 1 tablespoon of margarine. So I'm going to mix it until it's fully incorporated again. And then I'm going to go with my milk, that's liquid milk. So I'm not going to be using any water for this recipe, so I'm just going to use milk to soften my dough to make sure that my dough is as you're going to see. So there it is. My dough is no longer sticks on my hand nor on the pan, so the dough is ready. So after doing that, I'll set it aside. My eggs have been boiling, had boiled for 10 minutes, about 10 minutes. So I'm just going to put them in cold water to cool it off. And then I'm going to peel it now. You see how the shells are coming off nicely because of the salt. So I'm just going to peel all my 8 eggs and put in a clean bowl. I'm done peeling the eggs. And then I'm going to take my dough. I'm going to cut it into 8 slices or 8 pieces because I have 8 eggs. Before doing this, make sure you put some flour on the chopping board, and I have a tray by me with some flour on it too. I take 1 piece of the dough, I put on the chopping board with my rolling pin. There's flour on my rolling pin, flour on the board to make the dough not to stick. So I'm just going to roll it out until it's smooth and thin. And after that, I'm going to take 1 egg, and you have to make sure the egg is completely dry. So I'm using a paper towel there to dry off the water from the egg. You're just going to roll the egg as I'm doing. You put in your tray. You take the next, and then the next, and then the next, until you're completely done. If you've been watching up until this point, please do consider to subscribe to my channel, to follow my page, and to keep coming back. Thank you. So I'm just going to keep repeating this process now until all the eggs are done. So I'm done with my 8 eggs. Then you put your pan on fire and put it on heat. Of course, see, I'm throwing in a little dough there to know if the oil is hot enough. See, when I put it in there are no bubbles. Once the bubbles start coming up, it means it's hot enough. You make sure your heat is medium because you want the dough to actually get ready from inside. Otherwise, it's going to get brown when it's not yet ready inside. Make sure you don't overcrowd the pan, so you just let it fry until it's golden brown. You see there, it's brown. You're just going to flip the sides and make sure all of it is completely brown, and then it's ready. You take it off the fire, and your scotch egg is ready. As easy as that. And this scotch egg was yummy, if I may say so. It was so yummy. There you go. And you see, that's the transverse section of it. Oh my goodness, see that? Look at that color. It's so nice. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep coming back. Bye bye.